Hello, and welcome back to ROAD TRIpVIA, the once-a-day road trip trivia quiz. Today's episode is number 590. The category is 90s TV shows. There are no cartoons in this particular quiz. These are all live-action television shows. There will be 20 questions with a question 21 tiebreaker at the very end. Thank you for watching today, and good luck on today's quiz. Question number 1. Subtitled, The New Adventures of Superman. What was the 1990s television incarnation of the Superman legend that ran from 1993 to 1997 and starred Dean Cain and Terry Hatcher? The answer is Lois and Clark. Question 2. Airing on ABC from 1991 to 1994, what sitcom was set in 60,000,003 BC in Pangaea and centers on the anthropomorphic Sinclair family, Earl, Fran, and their 3 children, Robbie, Charlene, and the baby Sinclair? That show was called Dinosaurs. Question number 3. The quintessential 90s teen drama series. What was the title of the show, also the location in which it was set, that followed the lives of a group of friends as they transitioned from high school to college and into the adult world? The answer is Beverly Hills 90210. Question 4. What 90s TV show featured a teenager from West Philadelphia who, after a schoolyard fight, gets sent to live with his relatives, Phil, Vivian, and their children in a posh neighborhood outside of Los Angeles? The answer is The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Question 5. Although it first aired in 1989, what popular 90s television show about nothing was set mostly in an apartment building in Manhattan's Upper West Side in New York City and focused on the minutiae of daily life? The show about nothing was Seinfeld. Question 6. What Fox television series first aired in 1993 and revolves around FBI special agents Fox Mulder and Dana Scully, who investigate the marginalized, unsolved cases involving paranormal phenomena? The answer is XFiles. Question 7. After previously starring in the Nickelodeon series All That, 2 characters got their own Nickelodeon show and even got their names in the title. What TV show featured a pair of Chicago high school students who go on various misadventures? This was one of my favorite shows growing up, Conan and Kale. Question number 8. Airing from 1989 to 2001 and becoming the most watched television show in the world, in what series did lifeguard Mitch Buchanan and his team strive to control and keep the crowd safe from the raging seas? Mitch Buchanan was played by David Hasselhoff. That show was Baywatch. Question number 9. What American television sitcom starred identical twin sisters Tia and Tamara Mowry and was about two twins, separated at birth, who reunited during a chance encounter shopping at the mall with their adoptive parents? The answer is Sister Sister. Question number 10. Danny is a widower who is raising his three little girls after the death of his wife with help from his musician brother-in-law Jesse and his best friend, comedian Joey, in what show that originally aired from 1987 to 1995? The answer is Full House. Question 11. It began when Corey was in the 6th grade and followed him, his girlfriend Topanga, and his best friend Sean as they made their way through their college years in what popular family sitcom? The answer is Boy Meets World. Question number 12. Paying homage to classic American soap opera and horror tropes, what two-season 90s television show follows an investigation into the murder of a homecoming queen in the fictional title town in the state of Washington? The answer is Twin Peaks. Question 13. From 1993 to 2004, what Cheers spin-off found its own success following the story of a psychiatrist as he returned to his hometown of Seattle and started building a new life as a radio advice show host? The answer is Frasier. Question 14. The start of Pamela Anderson's television career was as an assistant on Tool Time, a show within a show in what 1990s television sitcom set in Detroit, Michigan, also starring Tim Allen? The answer is Home Improvement. Question 15. A spin-off of the series Hercules, The Legendary Journeys, what 90s show starred Lucy Lawless as an infamous warrior on a quest to seek redemption for her past sins against the innocent, to now help those who are unable to defend themselves? Lucy Lawless was Xena, Warrior Princess. Question 16. Set in San Francisco, what 90s television show starred Neve Campbell and centered on the 5 Salinger siblings, who became orphans after their parents were killed in a car accident caused by a drunk driver? The answer is Party of Five. Question 17. Conceived as a novel for television, what 90s series follows the human military staff and alien diplomats stationed on the titular space station built in the aftermath of several major interspecies wars? That show was called Babylon 5. Question 18. Midway through the first season of what show were audiences introduced to the Winslow's nerdy neighbor, Steve Urkel, who was originally scripted to appear as a one-time character. However, he quickly became the show's main character. That show was called Family Matters. Question 19. Airing from 1996 to 2003, what show stars Melissa Joan Hart as an American teenager who lives with her 600-year-old aunts and on her 16th birthday learns that she has magical powers? The answer is Sabrina the Teenage Witch. Question 20. Although it was originally going to be titled Insomnia Cafe, what 1994 to 2004 television show was renamed to 6 of 1, then changed again to Friends Like Us, then changed one more time before its original air date? The answer is Friends. That was an interesting one. I was looking it up and it said that it used to be called Insomnia Cafe. Then I saw another article that said it used to be called 6 of 1. And then I read another one that said before it aired it was originally called Friends Like Us. So after I confirmed all three of those were real names, I wrote that question. So it was at one point going to be each one of those different names, but I think they nailed it on the head when they picked just Friends. Not just Friends. Friends, and only Friends. Thank you for watching today's episode of Road TRIpVIA. Hopefully you enjoyed this as much as I did. This 90s television shows was right in the era. I would have just been old enough to start watching all these shows in the early 90s, and as a kid you watch a lot more TV than you do as an adult. So those 10 years I watched a lot of TV, and writing these questions and looking this stuff up was a walk down memory lane for me. So I really enjoyed it. Hopefully you did too. Here's question 21, the tiebreaker for today's trivia quiz. Despite being an unoriginal clone of the Brady Bunch, what 1990s television show starring Patrick Duffy and Suzanne Summers was a success, lasting 7 seasons and 160 episodes? Now, the quote, unoriginal clone of the Brady Bunch, was not me. That was in one of the articles I read, and it actually makes pretty good sense because now that I'm older, I see the similarities. The show is Step by Step, was the name of the show I'm talking about, and it's about a man and a woman who meet and fall in love, and then it turns out they both have several kids from previous marriages, so it makes one big giant family. Very similar to the Brady Bunch setup from years before. Thank you for watching today. Have a good week. Check back tomorrow for a new trivia quiz.